Test on Friday. So today we're doing the chapter U, page 90. We're going to be working on this today and tomorrow.
Yay!
So we're going to try to get most of that done today, page 90. Are you guys ready?
Currently in the process.
Not all.
We have 5 pages left.
You should just not make
Or
us
3.
Oh,
Yeah.
left in the chapter,
You should
yeah.
just not give us a test, I think.
Yeah, you should just not give us any time.
Wait, this is the last page.
Okay. On number 1, it says, list the variables and the constants in each expression. What were the variables, Paxton Trim? What were the variables? The letters, because the letters value can vary, right? It can change. So on number 1, what's the variable? X. So you can put like VAR colon X or something like that. And then what are the constants on number 1?
3 negative 4.
Let's call it 3 and negative 4. Think of the minus 4 as a negative. Number 3, what's the difference between a constant and a numerical coefficient? So way at the beginning of this chapter, we talked about a term, which is basically when you multiply the numbers and letters together, this is one term, and this would be like another term, so this is 2 terms. Anyway, the numbers on the front are called the coefficients. It's the number you multiply the term by, basically. So we're going to say a constant is a fixed number, like a set number, and a coefficient is the number on the front of a term.
What is it?
Coefficient is the number on the front of a term. Basically the number you multiply by.
Wait, what number is this?
A constant is a fixed number, and a coefficient is a number that's on the front of a term. Coefficients, when you're adding like terms, coefficients are what you add together, right? Okay. Number 4 says the product, I know this isn't even, the product of 3 consecutive odd integers. You guys remember how we wrote consecutive integers? Or consecutive?
N plus 2 and then
Okay, consecutive integers look like this,
odd.
but consecutive odds look like,
N plus 2 and plus 4.
yeah, odds go up by 2, so do evens, so they look the same. But 44 says the product, so multiply. How would I show multiply?
In parentheses?
Yeah, n times n plus 2 times n plus 4.
And that's for numbers.
That's 4.
Is this going to be on the test?
I don't think so. I don't remember for sure. I wouldn't put, not this exact one, but there might be like a word problem like add the 3 consecutive integers, like we did on the homework. This does simplify actually, but we haven't learned how to do that yet, so we're just going to leave it like that. N times n plus 2 times n plus 4. Number 5, the sum of an angle's complement and supplement. Okay, here's something else that I don't remember. Complementary angles are 2 angles that add up to 90 degrees. Complementary. So for example, in this picture, there's 90 degrees. So angle 1 plus angle 2 would have to be 90, right? So they are complementary. So if I knew angle 1 was 50, what would angle 2 have to be?
40.
40. Or if I knew this was 60, this would have to be 30. Because 90 minus 50 is 40, 90 minus 60 is 30. So if you know what one angle is, its complement is just 90 minus it would give you the complement. So if this angle is x, this is 90 minus x. So if this is the angle, this is its complement. So when it says complement, this is what we're going to use. And same thing with supplementary angles. Supplementary angles add up to 180. So the picture might look like this. Angle 1 and 2 have to add up to 180. So if we know what this is, if this angle is x, its supplement will be 180 minus x. Got it. Anyway, does that make sense?
90 minus x plus 180.
Yeah. So what is, on number 5, what does sum mean? Add. So we're going to add 90 minus x plus 180 minus x. Do the parentheses matter on this problem?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, because when you,
What?
Are they not?
Girl.
when you add parentheses, it doesn't really do anything. It just kind of does what it would have done anyway. Do the parentheses matter on number 4?
Yes.
Yeah, that does matter. But on adding, parentheses don't really matter, so I could have been right if I didn't write it. All right, number 7. Evaluate each expression for each member of the domain. Domain are the numbers that you plug in for x, or w in this case. So, on number 7, actually a lot of people will probably get the first one wrong on 6 and 7. You guys know why?
Because
That would give me the wrong answer if I plugged that in my calculator. I just plugged in -4 where w used to be. You guys see what I did? So the problem is if you plug this in, it's going to square the 4 and then add the negative. But we're supposed to square all of w, which is all of -4. So really we should do, yeah, it should be positive 16, not negative. So -4 squared is 16. -2 times -4 is positive 8. So notice I'm doing my exponents and multiply first, like order of operations. And then I'm going to add 16 plus 8 is 24 minus 1. Okay. Second number on 7, we're supposed to plug in a 2. So what is 2 squared? 4 minus 2 times 2. What? 4. 4 minus 4 is 0 minus 1. -1. You guys following along on that? You guys know where I'm getting these numbers from? I'm looking at number 7, and they told us in the directions what numbers to plug in. So I just plugged in 2.
Okay, so, wait, so do you just plug in -4 for, okay, so the very top one, do you just plug in -4 for all of it?
Yeah, for both W's.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, and then the third one we're supposed to plug in is 3. So what is 3 squared? 9 minus 2 times 3? 6. 9 minus 6 is 3, minus 1 is 2. And then the last one is 8. So what is 8 squared?
64.
Minus 2 times 8. What's 2 times 8? 64 minus 16 is 48. Minus 1 is, so I got 4 answers. not until
Oh my gosh.
number 22.
Oh, yay.
Okay, on number 9, kind of the same thing, but this time they're giving us x, y, and z. So we got 3 numbers to plug in. So I'm just going to do one term at a time. 9 says 2 times x, so huh?
What number are we on?
9?
Oh.
Wait, did I skip 11? Or, never mind, I'm on 9. I didn't skip anything, right? 9 is 2 times x. 2 times 3 is 6. You have to show work on 22. Plus 3 times y. 3 times -4 is -12. You could put plus -12 or just minus 12. And then minus 6 times z. 6 times 2 is 12. So what is 6 minus 12
Negative 6.
minus 12?
Negative 18.
It is. Number 11, x squared. So what is 3 squared? 9 times 5. The first term is 45. Plus 2 times x. 2 times 3. And then plus 7. 45 plus 6. Plus 7. Okay, 13, this one might confuse us. It says the formula for the distance that a dropped object falls when air resistance is negligible is d equals 1/2 gt squared. What do you think the d probably stands for? Distance. What do you think the t stands for? Time. What do you think g stands for? Gravity. So, yeah, basically they gave us a formula, and they're going to ask us to say how far the ball dropped, the distance the ball dropped, and we just got to plug the numbers in that they give us. If I keep reading the directions, it says, find the distance each object falls in 3 seconds when dropped. So what do you guys think we're going to do with that 3?
Numbers.
3 is going to go where?
Oh.
In the D spot.
No. Find the distance each object falls in 3 seconds when dropped. 3 seconds is the
T spot.
time.
Yeah.
That's how much time has passed. So we're going to put the 3 where the t is. And if you look on 13, it says on the moon, g equals 5 1/3 feet per second. So gravity equals 5 1/3 feet per second. So where am I going to put 5 1/3?
G.
For the g. So the distance the ball dropped is equal to 1/2 times the gravity, which is 5 1/3, times the time squared. So all I did was plug in 5 1/3 for the gravity and 3 for the time. And then you work that out, and that gives you how far the ball drops.
Wait, what was 1/2 a half again? What was that?
It was part of the formula. You see where I got the,
Like the 5 1/3 is the gravity part?
that was where g used to be.
Yeah.
That's where t used to be.
Okay, but was that just there?
We say the answer.
Huh?
Was the half just there?
The half was already there. It's in the formula's in the directions.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Is this really on test?
Plugging numbers in, yes.
But like, problems like this, where it talks about like distance and time.
Well, it's the same as like numbers 9 and 11.
It's 24.
It's just a word problem.
That's
Okay, this comes out as this is not a word problem. This is like they're telling you the formula and
We
they're
all
telling you
needed
what to put in the formula.
calculators.
It's not really a word
I
problem.
just listened to what Forrest said out loud. Mine
That's
using
fine.
calculators.
Forrest
That's just
Forrest
your
used a
calculator.
calculator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Forrest.
But then
And I listened to what Forrest said. So
Okay, 15.
Smart people get like him.
Says simplify. How can I simplify all that stuff?
Like terms.
Have like terms. So I see an m and a minus 4m. What does that make?
Negative 3.
Negative 3m. Then I see a minus 6m. So what's negative 3m minus 6m?
Negative 9.
Negative 9m. Then I see a plus 2n and a plus n.
So 33.
Plus 3n. On 14, it says 4x squared plus 3x. Are those like terms? X squared and x? No. Those are different. Whatever x is, x squared is going to be something totally different. So those are not like terms. So don't add those together. All right, number 17. What should we do first on 17? I'm going to write this one down.
Subtract the parentheses.
Subtract the parentheses.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like distributive property. We're not really multiplying, but where you need to subtract both of those. So I could rewrite this without parentheses. If I did minus 4a minus 3b. Now what? Like terms. 2a minus 4a, negative 2a,
Oh, yeah.
minus 6a,
Negative 3.
negative 8a. And what about the b's? They're kind of by their lonesome. So minus 3b stays the same.
It's kind of sad. He's good.
You feel bad for the
No,
b's?
it's got 3 B's. It's got
I hate
Hebrews.
Hebrews.
Yeah.
They're all gonna get killed by that crazy guy on the twin.
What? Wait, what?
24 bad.
Okay, number 19. Oh boy, 19's a mess. What should we do first on 19?
Oh.
The parentheses.
Well, brackets. Inside the brackets, parentheses. Can we do anything with those parentheses?
No.
No.
So you remove them.
So we need to subtract the parentheses. So I'm just going to look at the brackets right now. 4x plus 2y minus what? 8x, then what?
Minus 9.
No?
Or plus 9y.
Right, why is it plus 9y?
It's negative.
Because it's minus 9. Because we're subtracting all the parentheses, not just the first part. So minus 9 becomes a plus 9. Now all this is still in the brackets, right? We're still in there. So now what do we do? 4x minus 8x.
Negative 4.
And then I see plus 2y plus 9y plus 11y. Still in the brackets, but now we can't do anything else in the brackets, so let's look outside. It says x plus 3y minus in front. Now what?
Positive 4.
Yes. Plus 4x. So just like we did with the parentheses, we need to subtract all this. These are basically parentheses that just look a little different. So plus 4x and minus 11y. If you're subtracting a positive, you're just subtracting it basically. Almost there, so close.
5.
Yeah, I see, 1x plus 4x is 5x, and plus 3y minus 11y is
Negative 9.
negative 8.
I can't. No, look at this.
All right. Whew. That one took a while. Number 21, is the given number a solution to the equation? They said 2/3 y minus 3/4 equals negative 5/12 if y equals 1/2. So they're saying we think 1/2 is the answer. How do I tell if it's right?
Plug it in.
Plug it in, see if it works. So it's 2/3. Let's see, what is this? 21. 2/3 times 1/2
It's this. 1/3.
minus 3/4. Huh? Did I write it down wrong?
No, that's right.
Yeah, that's
Minus 3/4 equals negative 5/12. So this is basically a yes or no. Is 1/2 the actual answer?
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yes.
Are you guys guessing or just concurring with somebody else?
I looked at.
So it's
It's not
1/3.
that
You
You
looked
get
at
a
it.
50-50 chance.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, on the multiply, that's kind of what happens there. That's why we're starting to screw up. If you multiply this by 4, it's 4/12. This times 3 is 9/12.
Negative 5.
4 minus 9 is negative 5/12. So yeah, it is correct. So just put yes for that one, it's fine. Okay. On the next section, you do need to show your work, just like we all have been doing on the homework. I think I'm just gonna do, what would we do on 27? Yeah,
Dang.
how do we solve for k on 27?
4 and 5.
You times
Times what?
you times 2.
4 times 9.
No, you wouldn't do 4 times 9.
We multiply by
K times 2.
Okay,
divide by 4.
We're trying to get k by itself, right?
Yeah.
So how do I get rid of the,
Wait, see,
Or do it 27. You could do the thing where it's 2 over 1.
if you're trying to find k, you have to get the 4 away from k, but that'd be 4 times k.
this is 4 times k, how would I get rid of the 4?
Divide.
Divide by 4. How would I get rid of the 9?
Divide.
Multiply.
Times. And this one, it actually doesn't matter which one you do first because multiply and divide are kind of tied. So maybe get rid of the 9 first by multiplying.
Which is 18.
So 4k equals 18. And then divide by 4. This one is a fraction. Make sure you reduce it though. Doesn't come out pretty. Most of these answers are actually fractions. So it's kind of, they're kind of messy.
Where's my close up? It's a decimal on the calculator. What do we press to?
So you're not doing the rest of this?
It does. Yes.
So see,
Right.
Box.
Oh, have to be degrees,
Yeah.
fraction to decimal.
Oh, that's factors.
Okay. I'm actually gonna do one more with you guys for today, and then I'll let you work on the evens for a while. And then tomorrow we'll finish it. These are basically word problems here, so there's not many, but they take a while. So let's look at 33 though. 33, this is yesterday's assignment, one we just graded. 33 is basically the same as 21 from yesterday, just with different numbers. Oops.
This is due Thursday, right?
Yeah. Okay, what did we do? So I see fractions.
Biggest denominator.
I don't want fractions. How do I get rid of it?
Multiply by biggest denominator.
Multiply by least common denominator, which is 20. 4, 5, and 20, I'll go into 20. So I'm going to put a 20 there. Remember, it's not just 20 times 4, it's 20 times all that.
Yeah.
20 times everything, basically. So 20 there, and a 20 there. Okay, but before I multiply by 20, I'm going to reduce. 20 divided by 4 is
5.
20 divided by 20 is, and 1 times this will just stay the same, so the 1 kind of doesn't matter there. 20 divided by 5 is, okay, so basically we got rid of the denominator, so no more fractions. But what will this first term become? 20x plus 35. Okay, here comes the tricky part. We are subtracting all of this, not just that. This is subtract the whole fraction. So the 1 doesn't really matter because 1 times 5x is still 5x, right? So I'm going to ignore that. So it's minus 5x plus 4, right? Because the minus minus 4 makes a plus. Equals 20 minus 4 times minus x minus 4x. It's definitely the hardest one in that page. Might not be harder than the word problems, I don't know. Okay, what else can I do?
Like terms.
Like term. So, why do I not like add 5x right here? Okay, or add 5x right here? If they're on the same side, you just put them together. You don't have to switch anything, you just put them together. 20x minus 5x is 15x plus 35 plus 4. Okay, also, you got another problem. We got x's on both sides. How do we get rid of minus 4x, do you think? Add 4x. We didn't have that in the homework, did we? They didn't give us a minus 4x. But this time they did, so we have to add 4x to get rid of that. Now it looks normal, right?
No.
It's a 2-step equation. You guys are all pros at that, right?
Oh, hopefully.
Minus 39 negative 19 divided by 19 is negative 1.
Oh my gosh.
That was a big one.
All of that for an
Okay.
one.
Which of the evens is kind of like that one? 32. You might want to multiply everything on 32. 32 is kind of like 33, but it's a lot smaller and easier. Alright, so once you guys work on the evens, maybe try to get through 20 or so, and then we'll be set up for tomorrow. Yeah, just get as far as you can. You can probably get past 20, I'm sure.